Yes, sir.
What is this? Dog, what are you doing, bro? Like, no.
I hope you I hope you guys know there's no music when I'm doing that. This is the voices. So, stop wanting validation from your parents. Now I know we're all on the inside, we're all children, okay? We all want mom and dad's approval. We all want them to say, good job, right? But
Hold up.
right now I'm 20 years old. I don't know what I want to do with my life very clearly. I have like a couple of ideas in the basket, you know what I mean? Of course, people will always tell you, you know, your parents just want what's best for you. They just want to see you succeed. And while that is the case, sometimes, depending on the parents you have, there can also be some negative connotations with that, or they can wish the best for you and they can say things that they say they'll call it out of love, and it's tough love, that you need to be the best version that you can at all times. You can't mess up at all because they just want to see you succeed, right? Here's where the water gets muddy. They may want that, but that message that they're telling you is buried by a bunch of shame, guilt, narcissism, bit of hatred and resentment and jealousy. So some people's parents are very good, right? But I'm a firm believer of nobody's parents are 100% perfect because nobody can be. Everyone makes mistakes. And the people that I'm talking to right now who might be looking at this video, if you have parents who have been very critical of you and very abusive, you need to stop looking for that validation because it's, one, probably never going to come, and two, the things that they want you to do, I don't know if this is the case for you, but it is for me, you don't want to do those things, right? This could be the case for people with parents who are immigrants, first generation immigrants, which is the boat that I'm in. Hello. If they say, I want you to become a doctor, I want you to become a lawyer, I want you to become this, I want you to become that, and you don't want to, tell them that. I know it's scary, but you have to tell them that, and you have to tell them how you feel, and you have to tell them that everything they want from you, they're never gonna get. And depending on your parents, I know that's difficult. Some of them will get violent, some of them will get scary. I've never really talked about this to anyone else besides my brother because he understands. I don't know if anyone else's immigrant parents, when they're upset, their voice reaches a particular octave, but it gets so high and so almost primal that it's scary. And if you've ever noticed that, okay, I'm pulling out the big words here. You have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Just saying. I know the other video, I don't know if it's still up, that I posted was saying you have to stop identifying with mental illnesses and these labels that will hold you back in life. But I have to do like a bigger video on this, and I know my thoughts are kind of all over the place. But when you're first starting out, when you're looking back at your life and you're trying to reflect on what's made you into the person that you are today and things that might be holding you back or things you never really sorted out that have brought you and continue to bring you inner turmoil, you have to identify it and feel everything. Especially if you're a guy or you were one of those girls or people that just pushed everything down because you didn't want to deal with it, or you were taught to not express any negative emotions. You have to label these things when it resonates with you. Work through it, feel it, reflect on it, journal, all of this. And it might take a while, but you need to do that. And then you have to get over it. Because I've met someone who's like 60 and he never got over it. Never. His whole life was just him struggling through just all the negative feelings and the trauma from when he was very little, like before the age of 10. It affects him so much, and this is the case for everyone. Things you go through when you're young, especially if they're very traumatic, when you don't work on it, when you don't reflect on it, when you don't try and understand it, grasp it, and let yourself be upset about it, you never get to the point where you can move on. And some people do that too late. In his case, I guess he did it too late, and he is still ruminating on it over like 50 years.
God damn!
And I don't know if there's going to be older people watching this. It's not bad when you do that, but if you're a young person watching this, you have so much time right now, and you have all the resources to do that. Because you don't want these feelings to come up when you're at your 9 to 5, 30 years old in a meeting and you start crying because something reminded you of the time when you were little and something very bad happened to you. Because it will catch up to you. I promise you it will catch up to you. That's what people don't realize. Especially, again, guys, males. You will feel things and just push them to the side and say, okay, I'm feeling this is uncomfortable. And maybe you might tell yourself that no one's going to care, or that it's not manly to feel these things, or you just have more important things to focus on. When you do that, you're doubling down and teaching your body, your mind, your nervous system to not trust yourself. You're breaking the trust with your own body, and that's what's causing you stress and emotional turmoil, not being able to connect with people, not being able to fully focus on your work and things that you want to do in life, relationships you want to pursue. Everything that could be going wrong with your life, it could go back to you not feeling your emotions or you still being stuck in the past. I'm a firm advocate of getting a journal. I have like a million, okay? My whole room is filled with them. I got little ones, big ones. I got like 3 on my desk. I got this one. I usually get them from, Indigo? But I know the thrift stores have good ones, and even if you're on a budget, dollar store. Because I know dollar store sometimes is a little cheaper than thrift stores, depending. But it doesn't have to be anything fancy. But just start feeling what you need to feel and giving yourself grace and not being so judgmental of yourself. Especially if that's what you were taught all your life. To just disregard everything and save face for everyone else and be the good child and be prim and proper. And main point of this video, statement I made before, this will also help you to not care so much about what your parents think and truly find out who you want to be for yourself. And when it gets to that point and they still can't accept you when you've done the work on yourself and you're proud of yourself, and they might say things that will kind of cut back at that, that's a reflection of themselves and the insecurities that they have and the traumas that they have never worked on. Because I'm telling you guys, it all goes back to that. Even if you haven't had that big of traumatic things happening, you could have parents that were good parents but were not 100% emotionally mature, and that can stunt your growth as well. I'll do maybe a different episode on that, I don't know. But holding your parents to such a high authoritative standard figure in your life is not healthy. You need to understand that they're also flawed. I'm not saying that you should hate your parents, obviously. Nobody's perfect, but if you have parents who are very abusive, they cause you a lot of suffering, you need to set those boundaries and realize that, okay, yes, they're my parents, but this is not good for me. And you know your parents better than anyone. People will tell you, maybe they'll change, maybe they, no. If you've lived with that person for, I've lived with them for 20 years, if you've lived with them for more than that, you've seen them inside and out, you know if someone is capable of changing or not, especially if you've tried to help them in that way, not talking to them with anger, just being truthful with them and even sharing some of that sadness and trying to get them to relate. If they shoot down any advances of you guys trying to work through things, you know it's not going to work. Especially
Really?
at a parent's age
That's
when
what
they're
we've come
at
to?
that such a late stage in
It's
their
pretty damn
life.
sad.
If you've tried over the years,
I must admit, this stuff is
there's a
starting to
very
depress me.
minuscule chance of them actually changing. And you can't wait your whole life for someone to change. So, it's better when you just focus on yourself and find love within yourself and you're not seeking validation from your parents. Damn, I don't even know if I'm gonna edit any memes into this video. It's so serious.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I
But
got
yeah,
lotion on
I
my
don't even know
dick
if I'll
when
do that
I'm
much
stroking
editing.
my
We'll see.
shit. I'm
Keep
horny as
tweaking,
fuck,
guys.
man. I'm a freak, man.
Things will get better for you. Things will get better for me. Share if this resonated with you. If you made it this far, honestly, I would tell you to get a journal, and if you have one, start writing about things that, one, that you loved doing as a child, and two, that you weren't allowed to do as a child, that you really wanted to, and three, things your parents got mad at you for, that looking back, you were really just being a person. You were really just maybe making a mistake, or you're really just being a human trying to figure out how to grow in this world from a young age. So that's all I gotta leave you with today. Despite it all, go tell your parents you love them if you're able to. If you feel like doing it, if you don't do it. It's up to you. And write something nice about yourself today. Tell a friend you love them. Bye, guys. Keep tweaking. Tweaking. I'll see you next time. Bye.